This is a daily spark from FIREtalk. As we move through seasons of change, pressure, transition, and uncertainty, here's the truth. Pressure can be evidence. Not always evidence that something is broken. Sometimes pressure is evidence that something important is being tested. Sometimes when pressure shows up, we misread it. We think something must be wrong. We think that the system must be failing. We think work must not be working. But that's not always true. Sometimes pressure shows up because the standard is clear, because people are being asked to grow, because old habits are being challenged. And sometimes pressure shows up because the system is finally strong enough to reveal what actually really needs attention. Pressure is not always a warning sign. Sometimes it's feedback. And that's what leaders have to understand. Because when you're leading through real change, pressure is part of the process. It feels heavy, complicated. It feels like there's questions, there's resistance, there's this emotion. It feels like people trying to figure out where they fit in. And it feels like, is this working? But leadership requires enough discipline to not overreact to the pressure. Because pressure doesn't automatically mean the system is broken. Sometimes it means that the system is just being used. It means that the expectations are finally clear. Sometimes pressure means that people can no longer hide behind confusion and that the mission is pushing against old behavior. And let us be honest. If there is no pressure, there may be no movement. If there is no tension, there may be no change. And if there is no discomfort, there may be no growth. Now, that doesn't mean that we ignore the pressure. It doesn't mean that we dismiss people. That doesn't mean like we act like everything is fine when it really needs some attention. But it does mean we slow down before we label the whole system as broken, because sometimes what feels like breaking is actually stretching. Sometimes what feels like resistance is actually adjustment. And so what feels like tension is actually the system revealing where the next level of work is. And that is leadership. It's not panic. It's not avoidance. It's not pretending, but reading the pressure with wisdom. So here's the check. Am I calling something broken just because it feels hard? Am I mistaking pressure for failure? Am I paying attention to what the pressure is revealing? Am I looking at the evidence before I react to the emotion? Because sometimes the pressure is not there to stop the work. Sometimes the pressure is there to show you where the work is working. Real leadership is not about avoiding pressure. It's about interpreting it. It's about asking, what is the pressure showing us? What is it holding? How are we stretching? What are we getting better at? Where do we need to support? Where does the clarity maintain, or where does it go? Because pressure can expose weakness, but pressure can also reveal strength. Teams that keep moving under pressure is evidence. The mission that stays clear is evidence. People stepping up under pressure is evidence. Evidence is all around when there's pressure present. The system may not be broken. It may be showing you what it is becoming. So don't misread the pressure. Don't let a tough season convince you that good work is not happening. Don't call the system broken just because it's being tested. Pressure can be evidence. And if you read it with courage, clarity, and discipline, it can show you exactly where the next level of leadership begins. So if the fire is lit, share the grit.